Good morning, everybody. I'm about to get better at this. I'm using my phone when I Periscope, but I want to say great morning. I know I said 8:30 Central Standard Time. I'm a little tongue-tied this morning. I'm a little tired, but good morning. I am so amazed. I've been having a really great week. I had a situation yesterday that really just could have just sent me, not like say sent me over the edge, but it was stressful. So when I do these presentations or do my periscopes and I set up, like I want to give a word for the day, I'm tested in it the same day. So yesterday I had a stressful situation and I applied exactly what I gave the tip yesterday. I applied it, and I had to be mindful of it because it's really easy to get triggered. And what I did, I didn't, and I forgot to mention about how to handle stress and what the triggers are. Going out for a walk is a great way to handle stress because that's what I did. And I got some inspiration and I went somewhere and I saw a couple of people and it was actually great. It was really great, really. Okay, so I'm gonna put my phone down. Well, I'm gonna try to. Anyway, so what I wanna do today, I wanna get some good light. Yeah, got my books in the background and my suitcase. I keep, this is my creation space. So I keep things around me so I can be inspired. I want to travel. I want to go out and assist people with so many great, wonderful things. I love learning. I have my vision board over here that I look at every morning. I have my plants around me. I just keep a lot of inspiration around me. And I always keep, anybody that's into crystal therapy, this is one of mine. This is my crystal sphere. I keep this with me. It gives me, I call this my Superman, just because this reminds me of Superman. Okay. Anyway, I want to say, hey, what's up to everybody who's in the room? Hi, Mustafa. Hello, Tailored Salon. Hello, Jism. Everybody else, I can't see you, but hey, what's going on? Just if you want to click and give me some hearts, go right ahead. Well, I'm going to go on into today. And today is Tuesday. This week, I want to give some great inspirational tips for entrepreneurs that want to get into another level of business, of learning your business, of creating something, manifesting your desires, prospering. Just you want to get into that space that you want to see the fruits of your labor. Okay, so I'm going to give you a tip. Yesterday was about handling stress. 3 things you need to know about managing stress. I gave that. The video is out. It's actually on Facebook. I'm actually kind of flip-flop everything around because I'm testing something right now. So today I'm going to do speaking. How not to talk your way out of business deals. How not to talk your way into ending a relationship. How to not end a relationship. Okay, I had to put my phone down because my hand is starting to. So today I just want you to understand that we like to, I know, especially if you're into business, some of us like to talk, and if we like to talk, sometimes we talk a little bit too much. And sometimes when you're talking too much, and especially if you're trying to develop a business relationship, sometimes you can talk your way out of a business relationship when you meet someone. And when you can either say the right things or say the wrong things. And I don't usually look at what's right, what's wrong, right? I look at pretty much, because there's really no such thing as missed opportunities. It'll just come around again. That's how I see it. I view it. Because you get another chance at it. Because based on your ability at that time, it wasn't a missed opportunity. That was just something that showed up, so you can clean it up, and when the next time it presents itself, bam, you're there. So basically, that's what it is. Missed opportunities is pretty much an illusion to get you to get to, worried and getting all stressed out, and you don't want to do that. It's not a missed opportunity. It's an opportunity that's going to present itself again, so you can get better and be at another level of consciousness when you have that opportunity again. So basically, how can you watch what you say? So this is what happens when you talk too much. You lose your listeners. You lose the driver ambition. You lose your driver ambition because you get to talking, and then after you talk about it, it's almost like as if it's already completed, and you water down the experience, and you really don't want to talk about. You really don't want to go forward with your ideas. You don't want to go forward in it. You talked about it so much. You want to watch how much you talk. All right. You lose ambition when you talk a lot. You lose your ambition, like I just said it. You give away more ideas without realizing it when you talk a lot. You can also, there's so many different things or levels of talking a lot. Also, you can ruin relationships. And this is not just talking a lot. Now there's another piece to that. You have to sometimes listen when you're speaking. You have to listen to people. You have to listen to what they're saying. Don't be so much into talking. Hello, Alex. Okay, you have to want to listen. You want to have the ability to listen, to engage. That's what speaking to other people. You want to engage with others. So you want to be mindful. Okay? You want to be mindful of your delivery. You never know who you're going to cross. You never know who you're going to see. So you want to be mindful of your delivery when you are sitting down at the table with somebody, when you're trying to close a deal, when you're trying to get more money, when you're trying to speak to investors, when you are trying to learn something or get mentored or look for a mentor or sit down and want to register for a workshop. You still want to speak about yourself. You want to take great pride in who you are, but you also want to listen. Be very mindful. Always be professional. Even when you out hanging out, you want to be professional, but you don't want to be stuck up, right? Always keep your appearance, not ego. Ego is not, that's totally different. That's a totally different subject. We're not speaking of ego. We're not speaking of you are into this arrogance. That's not what I'm saying. You want to be professional, stay authentic. If you're out and about and you're out hanging out with your friends, you still want to have a certain level of poise that is still who you are, because it still works in your favor. You can hang out with your friends and your girls, your boys. You can do that. You can have a good time because you still don't know who knows whom. You don't know who you may cross, especially if you're out. Inside, in closed doors, it's a little different. But I'm saying when you're out, you don't want to hang out too much. You are seeing what's the effect of what people have done in indiscretions behind closed doors, and see what happened. You see what's happening. It comes back to bite them. You don't want to be so far into what you're doing, even if you have money and you got this appearance of power. You don't want to do so much that you ruin your life on an indiscretion. I'm not going to speak about what indiscretion, but you see in it. If you are watching news or you're on the internet and you see in Facebook, you know what's happening. People indiscretions are coming back to bite them. You don't want to do that. Talking and speaking and being professional works all the time, especially with people you don't know, because you don't know what other people's motives are. So when you keep it professional with new people, they're forced to keep it professional, even if they're trying to get you to let your hair down. You always have to, really have to be in tune with your higher self, your voice. Listen to your inner voice always. Because you don't know, not being suspicious. You don't want to be suspicious. You just want to be on your A game at all times. All right. So when you are speaking, you watch what you say. You be professional. Be mindful of your delivery. Also, number 3, you do not want to speak of ill relationships, of past relationships, of anyone right now. If you're sitting and you're talking with someone and it's a potential investor, or even if you're going to get another job or you're going to close a deal for whatever you're doing, coaching, you're speaking to other coaches, be very careful of how you speak about other people in business, mutual interests, people that you don't even think, you don't know who knows whom. Back to that. You have no idea how many people know each other. So you want to not speak of bad relationships when dealing with other people. You're in business, entertainment. I do a lot of coaching. I coach entertainers, artists, creative professionals, other business consultants, other business coaches. I coach them, and there are some times they do bring up some things about people, and I let them know, since this is confidential, don't talk about it with anybody else. I'm not going to say anything because I can't. I have a confidentiality. We sign agreements that I can't share anything about them unless it's something criminal, then that's a whole nother story. But you know what I'm saying. You have to be very careful. So you don't want to talk yourself out of any type of business deals and business relationships. You don't want to do that. Be very mindful of how you speak. Also, I want you to understand something too. If you are having challenges in your business, I want you to be mindful of what you say. Our words vibrate. Our words have a vibration that sends things out into the ether. So if you're busy saying what you don't have, you're going to get more of what you don't have. You have to be very careful. I've been listening to Catherine Ponder. I'm listening to some lectures that she's done years ago. Catherine Ponder was from the New Thought movement many years ago. She's a prosperity teacher, and she has a few things that she has said, and it's really awesome. She had something, she said that what you utter becomes your outer. How powerful is that, right? What you utter becomes your outer. Watch what you say. So before I close today, I just want to thank you all for showing up today and sticking with me and getting these inspirational tips. But let me give you a couple of affirmations that just so you can think about for your day. You are watching what you say today. You may have a meeting. You may have somewhere to go. You may be meeting up with people. You may have to be on the phone. This is what you need to keep in mind. And there's an affirmation that Catherine Ponder uses, and I use this every day. Everything and everyone prospers me now, and I prosper everything and everyone now. Be mindful of that. Think about that. If somebody flips you off in a car, somebody say something to you crazy or bump into you while you're out getting coffee, or it's not personal. It's not personal. I want you to remember that as well. I'm going to touch on that. Every day I'm going to have some tips between now and whenever I stop doing the periscopes. But I do want you to know that this week we're building on being silent, wealthy people. We want to do more of manifesting and less talking. We want to be quiet. We don't need everyone else to know what we're doing. Let's let our work show up in the ether. Let it show up when it shows up. Let's not talk about it. Everybody don't need to know how much we're making. If you are in business and you're just starting out, everybody don't need to know how much you're making. If you got money like that, they don't need to know. They just see you, you know. If you're already in business and you're doing well, you already know this. Some of you already know this. I have a group on Facebook called Inclusive Networking. You want to join it, you can inbox me. I'm on Facebook. Goldie loves you. You can find me everywhere. You can Google me. Goldie Loves You. It's the letter U. So Goldie Loves You. You can find me all over. Send me a friend request on Facebook. You can send me a friend request on Google Plus. You can you're following me on Twitter. Thank you, and I just want to thank you all so much for joining me each and every day. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about how to ask for help. One of our biggest challenges as entrepreneurs and business owners is that we feel that we have to take on a lot of things ourselves because what we're doing is protecting our investment. I'm going to give some tips on how to ask for help. But in the meantime, today, watch your words, watch what you say. Remember, you prosper everyone and everything now, and everything and everyone prospers you now. Remember that. Take that today. Be mindful of what you say. Be mindful of who you meet. You never know. The next person you see on the street today may be that person to help you get along your way, to give you the assistance you've been looking for. They may be a new friendship, a new relationship, a new business partnership. You never know. Love who you are. Be mindful of what you say. Manage the stress. Yesterday was about managing stress and knowing the stress. You're going to need that tip every day, because if you're working to build and you're working to maintain your livelihood, you're going to need to know all of these things. Goldie loves you. Thank you so much for joining me.